Yeah, I mean,
those
four
partners,
we maybe do like a third giveaway that's just like 4 skins at once.
There you go.
We're live now. Here we go.
The 4 skins
We're live.
Here we are. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever the hell you are, right? It is, what's the date? February. I was going to say February. It's February. No, it's fucking...
It's definitely not February.
It's definitely not February.
Not February. Well, you know, it feels like February outside. I will tell you that.
It doesn't feel like February to me outside.
It feels like August outside.
It is raining and drizzling and dreary and kind of chilly, but Mrs. Erik went out and ran anyway. She's a little crazy. So, hey, Saturday, May 11th, right? May. It's May. Mm-hmm. May 11th, 2024, ladies.
We're past May the 4th be with you holiday, and we're past the May thy 9th chip and chatter holiday.
Ah, you know, I didn't know the May the 9th.
You forgot Revenge of the 6th.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Revenge of the
Please
6th.
just fucking stop, Sothercell.
Yeah, because you're going to make Cry again. He's going to whine and bitch and moan like a little baby again.
It's definitely not like February though here. It's like 21 degrees outside and bright sunshine here.
What's that in American units?
This is like the first day of summer that the UK is going to get this year.
It's going to be your only day of summer.
Probably the last.
It's going to be probably like the third. We normally get like 3 to 5 days of summer in the UK each year.
Yeah, you moan about all of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is rainy and 49 degrees Fahrenheit here. Rainy. Not a good golf day. Chilly.
Not that you're going golfing anyway at the minute.
I have been known to golf in this weather.
Yeah, but you're not doing it at the minute.
You are here
because I'm doing the show. You know?
Unless,
do the show.
Of course. Like, have you seen those like portable streaming setups people made? So it looks like they're working from home, when in reality they are out and about.
What did Sadist ping me with here? Hold on.
We should note as well.
Push the take.
In Twitch chat.
I must have typoed our. I probably typoed the ping. Probably said push the take maybe instead of push to talk. I don't know. Autocorrect. I don't know. Shit happens. But you know what? I'm glad he pointed it out and let me know. I want to know. That those garbage. I mean, are those really garbage bags on your window, Soft, to block the sun coming in?
Oh,
that's McLeod's window.
Well, that's McLeod's window. Okay.
Because I'd be on camera if I had that.
Yeah. Soth isn't on camera because apparently the solar storm has caused too much lighting effect where he is. So he can't be on video. Too bright there. Too bright.
Yeah, basically you can't see anything, right? I'm just a black blob.
Of course, McLeod's not here yet either because he's got his SpongeBob Be Right Back. We'll see him when he gets here. But yeah, so fun day today. Dirk, when am I supposed to start drinking?
Yes. So first.
By the way, I'm gonna hold it up. Here is my drinking vessel for today. This is our what we call it at home. We call this our Gay Skull vodka. Okay, this is rainbow, by the way.
That's very Eurovision. Very Eurovision.
Yeah. Well, my dad got it for me actually a Christmas or so ago. This has a little bit of flavor in the Crystal Head vodka. It is
a little bit of flavor.
Silky smooth with a hint of sweetness and vanilla. That'd be interesting to try that.
vanilla vodka is one of those weird things of like sometimes it can be very overpowering, but if they get the mix right, it's actually quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
So
by the way, we call this the gay skull vodka, but actually this was, I think, made by Crystal Head Vodka for their LGBTQ awareness type stuff. So it's not really tongue in cheek. It's kind of a cool limited edition. Can't get this everywhere. Normally they're clear, so I've got the color. Hold it. They can't hear you?
No. Apparently, well, I mean,
no,
the snaggy pants can hear us, but you know.
Okay, well that's cool. I mean, I knew I wasn't muted because I looked at me, but I didn't give a fuck if you guys were muted because I don't care.
But yeah, I do want to, before we get into the Eurovision thing, and then we'll get into the Eve stuff later. But I do want to know.
Did I get an answer? Do I have to start now, or is it like when we start watching?
Hey, like
Soth and I are in the penalty box, right? We start out in the penalty box.
No.
Mine wasn't a spoiler, so I don't have to drink too.
You do have to drink. You have to drink.
I saw a list. One. Yeah, one.
Like everyone else, because it wasn't a spoiler.
I don't know. You're listed there as spoiler. That's what I'm reading, buddy.
But there's 10 before the event even starts drinks going here. So
so when do we start drinking those?
Well, probably when we start watching the broadcast, because at the beginning there's not much going on.
Okay,
there's a whole intro thing that's like 15 minutes, and there will be some rules, but like not many. So like that'll get you eased in.
I printed them out so I can follow along.
We're gonna end up updating them as we go, probably anyway. So
you make new fucking rules as you go. You can't make new rules after you start an event.
You absolutely can. Oh, hey, Wibbler. Good evening.
Good evening indeed.
But yeah, so for those in Twitch chat who don't know what we're talking about, tonight is the Eurovision Song Contest here in Europe. And every year, our group of friends, those of us here who, like to have fun with silly events, and a number of other people as well who don't come on the show, all get together and we watch the Eurovision Song Contest, and we have a drinking game to go along with it. And so certain rule violations mean you have to take a drink or two or down it or whatever. We will be being very brave later on, Nino Panda, by the time we get through the Eurovision Song Contest. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun. And if you don't watch Eurovision, you should definitely give it a try one year. I do also want to note
by the way,
this year, though.
Well,
maybe not this year. It's a bit of a mess.
For those in the U.S., right? It is streaming on Peacock Network. If you've got Peacock Network streaming, for sure you can see it. So,
okay, right? No. Well, okay. I have to interject here and address two things that Saguzi has said in Twitch chat. Because the first thing I wanted to note, Northern Lights last night. I went outside at about midnight here in the UK and saw the Northern Lights here in Yorkshire in the UK. Did
you take your terrier with you?
Great. I don't have a terrier.
I would have to. I thought everybody had one.
No.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
But yeah, so basically all across Northern Europe, the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis were going, and so it was
pretty
great
much
to see.
Even like Central Europe, like they saw it down in Ukraine.
They could see it down in the southern U.S. too. I mean, it was.
I
saw pictures. I saw pictures from Hilton Head, and that's like not far. That's Georgia.
It's worth noting. Basically. It's worth noting that if you missed it last night, apparently the solar storms are still ongoing, and so you may well be able to see it tonight as well, just not quite as brightly. So if you're interested in seeing the Northern Lights around where you're going, where you are. Like, head out to somewhere without a huge amount of light pollution and give it a shot. And also, I want to address on the Eurovision topic, Suguzi saying that the British commentators are annoying. Graham Norton is a fucking icon of Eurovision. Alright? You cannot do Eurovision without Graham Norton's cutting commentary.
You know,
I mean, it used to be Terry Wogan, but like, and Terry Wogan did the same kind of like cutting commentary as well. And it was one of those things where, like, you know, he dipped out, and then Graham Norton sort of like replaced him, and everyone was sort of like, "Oh, is it going to be anywhere near as good, etc., etc." And Graham Norton just like stepped it up like something serious. It was great. Like,
Eurovision watching in the UK is a masterclass in sarcasm, and also you say it used to be Terry Wogan. Terry Wogan stopped doing that back in like 2005 or something.
Well, yeah, I know. So I know that
Graham
Norton's been great. It's been a while, and Graham Norton's been like holding the fort for really fucking well. So
well, the thing is though, since then Eurovision has changed a lot, right? Especially the style of music that you get to see there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know. I've never watched the Eurovision.
Yeah, you've never watched Eurovision, and then you decided to watch the spoilers.
Nobody said couldn't watch any of the semis. Just said you weren't watching the semis. Just saying,
He's got a point there. Look,
Miss Naggy Pants, don't you nag me about 2005. It was a while ago. It wasn't that long ago, but it was also a while ago.
You're a crybaby.
Mostly I'm just loving the opportunity to call her Miss Naggy Pants. Because
2005, that's like 10 years ago, right?
Basically, exactly.
Almost.
And so McLeod, you're going with the DIY sun filter today.
Yes, I went with the DIY sun filter because, like, I looked around today to try and find something semi-decent to kind of go there that's a little less DIY, and it just, no, there was nothing.
See, you can at least do that because you have a window. I have a fucking glass wall behind me.
Well, I guess that's true, but then again, we did WCCP silhouette, a fair few times on the show.
There was another name from me, but let's not say that again because the last time I said that name in a YouTube comment, I got shadow banned for 2 weeks, and I'm not kidding. That actually happened.
Christ,
really? You got shadow banned for CCP Albino?
No. Wait, I'm going to put it in staff.
By the way, in case somebody missed that, it's the first time I've seen it. Hold on. We apparently flashed our Soundstripe partner code, INN10. It looked like. So it just automatically just popped up on the screen. Hey, Soundstripe partner code, INN10. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
I mean, whatever.
So yeah,
whatever's going on automatically. Whatever's going on automatically in chat, like or whatever.
Yeah, we don't have a clue.
Has nothing to do with what we've done as a group, but like has been set up by other people on INN.
By the way, I'm gonna describe this makeshift window thing. And by the way, Soth, isn't your glass wall a screen door? And that doesn't stop you from taping some garbage bags over it, okay? It's just big. You might need more than two. Basically,
also a garbage bag wouldn't do anything. The sun would just go through that.
I mean, that's why I'm using a rubble sack that's cut. I basically use 2 rubble sacks that has basically been cut in half.
What are your garbage bags clear?
Sorry?
I'm asking Soft. Garbage bags clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what they're doing over there in Germany with their garbage bans.
I know. They like to be able to see their garbage. I don't know. Anyway, so basically McLeod's got like a bunch of orange tape that is like kind of see-through freaking duct tape, so it's not really duct tape.
I couldn't. No, it's not duct tape. It's box tape because I couldn't find my duct tape. I would use duct tape otherwise.
The duct tape will just pull the plasterboard or whatever plaster off your wall when you take it off. But because I might have done that once stupidly. But he's got two, kind of dark garbage bags kind of taped together and a bunch of tape all around the window to most people just buy
professional job.
It looks beautiful. I mean,
it's a professional job. It's great.
It's beautiful. It brings a tear to my eye. It's so gorgeous. Hey, but you know what? Doesn't McLeod look great? And by the way, McLeod's not wearing a hat, so I don't know what to fucking do. He looks like the dude in the U.S. from the Scott's fertilizer commercial. I don't know. I probably haven't seen it. I'll find that and link it to you, McLeod.
I don't know. So like you.
By the way, it's really
I don't really care either, to be honest, because it's fucking hot, and I didn't really get a chance to sort of sort my shit out.
Let's put
aside from literally grab a brush and run it through my hair a little bit, and that's about it.
Well, the dude in the commercial
I've got the fan running to get some airflow.
Yeah, I've got a fan like literally down there running.
Yeah.
And that is a fucking lifesaver right now.
So the dude he's a cool dude, and the Scots is a cool commercial, and it's a cool dude in the commercial. But you're just reminding me of him. You're like channeling him. So I'm gonna find that commercial on YouTube. I'll link it in staff only. But yeah, or I'll link it somewhere everybody to watch, because it's kind of a play on like the diseases in your grass that it helps prevent, or kind of like STDs, right? It's kind of funny how they make a play on that. So I won't give away the commercial, but it's funny. It's funny. It's a good one. I don't use Scott's Lawn Care products, but it's a good one.
All right. So at this point,
we're giving away a skin.
Dawn's not here, so we don't have the Dawn rule. We don't have to abide by specifically 20 minutes of the show. But yeah, today we should get into some of the Eve talk, because today is the first day of our celebration around INN's partnership with CCP. We've been working with CCP for better or worse for 10 years as of this weekend.
Just a bit, right?
We predate CCP's current partner program. We predate the partner program they had before that. We have been around the block with CCP here at INN, and we're trying to make a big celebration of it. There is going to be in other streams this weekend more giveaways. I think later on today, is it Foil Daddy's stream is going to be giving away a G502X, so you might want to tune in for that. Daddy Holdy is his stream later on tonight after the meta show. But here on Push to Talk, we've got some giveaways. The meta show has some giveaways, and it's probably a good time to throw our first giveaway out there. 20 minutes in, people who tune in to us early on to chat about just life in general, we want to give you a bit of a kickback. So, McLeod, are you ready to throw that first giveaway out? It's a collection of non-Grimdark Eve skins. It's a general collection. I don't know if McLeod has a list of everything included.
I did have a bit of a picture. I don't have a picture, picture, because it's changed because we've had a few more skins. So initially it was just going to be one collection of 11 skins, but now we've got how many? 16 plus another 4. So, we've got 20 skins to give away. So we've broken it up into 2 packs of 2 of various different skins. And then we also have
skin, which is a 4 skin giveaway.
Yes, the 4 skin giveaway has come back.
Nice.
We have done a foreskin giveaway before. I did think this was kind of like, I did think this was sort of no, I can't actually. No, let's not go into that. I will say that afterwards.
Yeah.
Because like stars aligning and things just like happenstance just happening. It's just kind of hilarious, especially with Eurovision and shit. So.
By the way, when you said we've
so
been
everybody
involved
knows,
with,
like,
yeah,
so everyone knows these skins are picked and chosen not because of their exceptional rarity, but just because of their bright snazziness and general kind of like look to be very Eurovision-y, as it were, I guess.
Their snazziness, okay.
Snazziness. By the way, the link I put out there with the Animal House
Matt,
holy
can you just check
thing
Twitch chat real quick?
Was
King Wolf, are we okay?
I don't think I gave the. I don't
King
think
Wolf,
I said
who
it.
is one of our Twitch stream team members, basically noting.
I'm fairly certain it wasn't, but like, let me double check. Hang on.
Oh, are we all good on the? You can only have one ticket.
Hang on. Let me close it. Let me refund it.
Like, you can only have one ticket in the giveaway, but we should be able to give it away to.
It wasn't subscribers only.
In stream chat.
It wasn't subscribers only, but like if King Wolf's saying that like it's not. If King Wolf is saying that like for whatever reason it's that, like, I'm literally setting it up now again, so it's like, give everyone their first ticket free. The subscribers only thing is not set. The ticket cost is zero. Maximum ticket cost is 1, or maximum tickets per user is 1. There's no subscriber luck. I'm not sending confirmation when people buy tickets because people aren't buying tickets.
All right. So
there you go.
Create and start.
Well, sounds good. We'll just run it.
There we go.
There we go.
Type exclamation mark ticket to or ticket 1. I think it needs to be exclamation mark ticket 1. Not 100% sure.
It's not subscriber only, so like there shouldn't be any issue with subscribing.
Matt Cannibal managed it with exclamation mark ticket. So just type exclamation mark ticket in Twitch chat. You can only have one ticket, and it's open to anybody who's currently watching the show. And we'll go ahead and get that drawn in a little while for a pack of not grimdark skins. Because as much as CCP might like to suggest that EVE is a grimdark game, we all know it's actually very fucking colorful.
Yeah, so this says an Apocalypse Navy issue skin, an Astero skin, and 2 Avatar skins, a Gila skin, a Macarial skin, a Mackinac skin, a Megathron Navy issue skin, and a Tempest skin, by the way.
A Gila skin? Oh boy.
What's that? A Gila skin? Yeah.
A Gila skin.
Sorry, a Gila. Yeah, a Gila skin. It also has a Vatar skin, or two Vatar skins.
Right. So while we're running that giveaway, and that's kind of ticking along. How long are we running that giveaway for? Another couple minutes?
We can run it for a few
minutes.
What's
the time on
that?
Fine.
Like
I don't know if you set a timer.
I haven't set a timer. There's just a timer lapse thing. Like we can run it till we want to not run it anymore and send it. Like,
all right. So
so long as whoever wins it is in the chat and is actually fucking
around
is around. Then we don't have to redraw it again. Then that's fine. But like if we have to redraw, we have to redraw it. But like we will be fairly quick on the draw and redrawing if we need to. So be around when it finishes. Well, ideally, be around for the entire thing and have a listen to us like natter about EVE and life and all that jazz. So
I mean, if we're gonna talk about how we've spent 10 years of our lives in some cases here at INN beating our heads against the CCP brick wall. What are some of the best memories that we've had of like our interactions with CCP? What are some of the most memorable memories, even if they're not necessarily good memories as well? Like, can we go around the room and see what people have?
There's been some hilarious situations. Like, I mean, it's you know, we've had so many different sort of like co-guests and all that kind of not co-guests, co-hosts and you know, general sort of people who have been on the show for long periods of time and stuff like that. Like the cloaked facts was a classic one, I think. If you recall that all the way back. Way back.
When they could cloak in Siege.
No. Like literally where fuck it, what was his name? Had a green screen in the background and he lifted the green screen in the background to reveal that he had a literal fax machine.
Oh, behind right. It. Yeah, that was funny.
That was fucking classic. But you know, obviously we've had a few CCPers on stream. They've always been fantastic. Like the art team and the sound team, like that was a good time for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I've got to say, I think it's horrendously ironic that our best interviews with CCPers was, I think, probably the sound team. And of course, as we all know,
you just pissed off the video. You just pissed off the art team. I'm telling you.
Oh no! Hey, no,
you're
the
in
art
the
team are
fucking doghouse after that one.
The art team are
the art team are consistently fucking fantastic. They do absolutely great work. But the sound team came here and blew us away with what they were engineering, what they were building, and yet at the same time, none of us play Eve with sound.
I mean,
does not have sound.
I mean, you're saying that, like, you know, when some of us were doing the Anchor games, I know that I had sound on.
A little bit, yeah.
And the amount of control that you get now compared to like back in the day, in terms of what sound you want to hear, is actually pretty insane.
Well, it was never about control. It was
about performance.
Performance impact, right?
Yeah.
Because sound in Eve is directional. And so there's a lot of computational power that goes into figuring out what direction does the sound come from, how loud is it.
This is true. But what I would like to point out is in massive tie-dye fights and big engagements, the thing that is sucking most of your performance is not the sound, and it's not the graphical fidelity, it's actually the server. Basically,
yes, but
essentially not responding fast enough.
That we are talking about back in the day when we only had a 32-bit client, which means we were limited in how much RAM we could use for the client.
True.
Right, and it's not 4 gigabytes of memory. It's not 4 gigabytes of just
video
RAM.
memory.
It's 4 gigabytes of total memory. That includes your video RAM, right?
Yeah. I don't understand how anybody needs more than 256K. Right?
It's you and that
memory.
Microsoft.
The answer there, Eric, is memory leaks.
Oh God, the memory leaks. Jesus.
But yeah, so
I mean, I know it's the bane of of game development, but like, yeah.
I realize most of you probably weren't alive when that was first uttered by somebody in the PC industry, but yeah.
Mm.
I don't want to interject here, but Mac, we want to call the giveaway now.
Yep, I'll call the giveaway. We've got 45 entries.
It's been up like 7 minutes.
So it's been. You say that, and I'm going to pull you up on your accuracy here because it hasn't been 7 minutes. In actual fact, the time elapsed for this particular giveaway when I pressed the button was 6 minutes and 59 seconds. Thank you very much.
See. I was working on the stream delay, and I was still within a second. So you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Zia23, are you here? Speak up in chat so we can send you a PM and you know, all that jazz. Hey, welcome. Okay, cool. So nice. You guys can carry on speaking. I'm going to PM our winner. Congrats,
right.
by the way.
You know, since Wibbler's here and responding, Wibbler,
Oh boy.
what's your best interaction that you've had with CCP over the years? Not necessarily potentially as a member of the Push to Talk crew, but just generally.
Oh boy, I must.
On the spot.
I'm not entirely sure that is PG-13. Back at various FanFests in New Vegas and stuff, but
right. I'm not talking about that kind of level of enjoyment and talking to CCP in that way. I'm just kind of going, you know, have you had any?
Yeah, I mean, we've had some fantastic discussions at, especially FanFest, after a number of drinks, about obscure fucking game mechanics and shit that people mostly don't think about because they thankfully never hit that shit. Like anchoring stations, which is fun, hauling your ass off. But anyway, I'm outing myself as an Eve boomer here by mentioning that. But like talking about these things,
sort of station, yeah,
yeah, literally anchoring stations in the system. That's
only been
fun.
dead for nearly 10 years, but you know.
Let's drop a station egg, okay?
And do it twice in one system because the first one died.
Also, we should note that I'm going to call Miss Naggy Pants out again because I love that Twitch username. It is hilarious for the person that is running it. But they would like to know your best encounter with a male CCPer. Specifically.
Why do you think that's not the one he was talking about?
She knows me too well. Actually, I think it was one of those game mechanic discussions we had. There's been several, and I can't really pinpoint one being, you know, like amazingly better than any of the other ones. But it's a thing, especially with Icelandic devs, and someone will ban me for this. I'm sure of it. But they're kind of like Norwegians in the form that you kind of have to get them sort of drunk before they open up. But when they do, and we are all getting along, you can hear some quite amusing stories, and actually like have a connection with some people that you generally just bitch at on forums, right?
I mean, this is definitely a thing, right? I think it was Amsterdam 2019. And I ended up just having a chat with CCP Fozzie on a boat with a couple beers for about half an hour, and just like different game mechanics came up and were talked about, but like you wouldn't necessarily, especially as we gave Fozzie a lot of stick for Aegis Sov and the way that worked.
No, do we?
But like, actually, when it comes to the way the game mechanics were intended and the way they actually ended up being implemented, there's a disparity there, and you know, those bits of conversations where you're like, oh yeah, let's just chat about something and see where the conversation goes. It gets really, really interesting with some of the CCPs. I'm gonna say that very specifically because I think my best memory of working with a CCP at INN is actually an interview that Arendis and I did with CCP Manbjorn back in 2019. And we talked about... I haven't
heard that name in forever.
Not Manbjorn. Not Manbjorn. M something. Definitely not Manbjorn. No. Because Manbjorn doesn't exist as a CCPer, as a note.
It wasn't Masterplan, was it?
It was Masterplan. There we go. No, Thank you, McLeod. McLeod knows what I'm talking about. And yeah, so we were talking about Team Talos and with CCP Masterplan and the very rapid iteration functions that his team was doing back in the 2020 era. And we got so much cool information about the way, not just they were implementing changes, but the way they were approaching designing changes. And it gives that insight into how CCP were working at the time. And what their general thought processes, their planning processes, how it all looked from the inside. And I will say, there's a lot of people who play EVE out there who don't get this sort of level of access to CCPers on a regular basis. And there's a function of that which is just CCP just don't have the time and the manpower to give a huge amount of access to everybody. But we are quite privileged to be able to talk to these guys and get the information that we do. Right?
Yeah.
Crazed in Twitch chat saying regular basis, lol, try it all. And I kind of get what he's saying, but also I know how many CCPers I have in my immediate Discord DM history, and I feel a little bit bad about that one. Soth McLeod and I were almost late to the stream today because we were having a chat with CCP Zealous about the recent Aggie Games productions, for example. It's yeah.
Indeed, we were.
They were like, maybe we'll make it, Eric. Maybe we won't. But
we got Eric, here on time.
Just go drink your penalty for Eurovision. We didn't tell you there were penalties, but you're gonna have penalties.
Now stop moaning. We all have to drink for your penalty.
I'm trying to be a little... Oh, you all have to drink for my penalty? Yes. That's fucking awesome!
You have to drink more for your penalty, but we all drink for it.
How much more do I have to drink for the penalty?
This isn't the case of you're in the same boat as me. Like, no, we may have to drink, but you have to drink more.
It's 2 drinks for you, 1 for us.
Yeah,
that's not that bad.
Well, wait until you find out what the final tally is.
All right. So on that note about CCP and my DMs, real quick, Gary, give me this. On that note about CCP and my DMs, CCP Zealous has literally just DM'd me with an Eve Who link to prove that the character CCP Manbjorn does exist.
Zealous.
So
nice. But I'm just gonna point out to you, Dirk. Okay, so some of you know I belong to a golf club, right? And there's about 200 golf clubs in this organization. Hold it, there's about 200 golf clubs in this organization. Okay, I'm just gonna point out that of the 200. Our club is number 1 in alcohol consumption per capita. Okay, I'm ready for tonight. I'm ready, baby.
That does not surprise me.
When you say there are 200 clubs in your organization, are they all 7 irons or are they 9 irons?
No, we're talking about
how many of them are drivers?
Actual country clubs. You only have 1 driver, right? 1 driver. That's all you get.
I mean, 200 clubs is a lot to fit in a single caddy.
In a single caddy, you mean a bag?
Nah, same difference.
Yeah, we're talking about clubs in.
Can you tell I'm not a golfer?
Yeah. You're only allowed 16 clubs total or 15 clubs total, something like that.
Also, shout out to Unai N7 for the raid of 17 people. Welcome to Push to Talk. We are sort of on Eve topics-ish.
I'm actually watching a video with an albino alligator in it. That's what I'm doing right now.
So just as a thing, I literally made it, and then you said that you were logged in as your character and spelt it incorrectly, and so I thought I sent it the wrong place, so I deleted it before it was actually accepted. So I'll remake it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
the perils of doing giveaways.
It is. It is.
So let me just remake it for you.
We've just added another drink to the pre-show Eurovision drinking tally.
Oh shit!
Oh, did we? What was that for?
We can't tell you.
Ireland are being vocal
really?
about things.
I'll return shortly with a drink.
See, for a purely apolitical show, Eurovision is being very political.
Weird, that isn't it? Like,
yeah,
it's very atypical for something so so nice and just. I mean, has there ever been anything political about Eurovision? I'm not sure.
No, never.
I don't have a dog in that fight, so I'm just watching. For the pure.
Well, let's just put it this way: when one of our rules is neighboring country votes for country next door, drink. Yeah, that's. They'll let you know exactly how much politics is happening.
So what you're saying is I'm going to drink all this vodka today.
Most likely,
yeah, probably.
Okay.
If you don't drink all that vodka, I'm going to be surprised.
My thing is I just want Mrs. Erik to drink some of this vodka. Okay.
Just
by the way, if she drinks, it'll be hard to get her to drink a lot because she drinks very little, and as Scythe can attest to multiple times, and some people who have been to some Vegases, when Mrs. Erik has enough drinks, she hits the dance floor, baby. All right, she hits the dance floor. She does. She's a very quiet introvert most times. Doesn't talk to people. She doesn't do much until that, third drink. And then everybody is her friend and she is everybody's friend and she's on the dance floor, baby. I have videos, actually, which she told me to delete under penalty of divorce. But I'm keeping them in case we ever get divorced.
Otherwise, he would have been murdered on the dance floor.
I'd be murdered somewhere. I mean, she's a little crazy, But it is Mother's Day this weekend, so I have to be nice to her. So,
Only in the U.S.
Well, in the U.S., I have to be
in Germany too.
Yeah,
in Germany too. Okay, interesting.
By the way, funny you should mention that. My as many people know, my sister's in-laws are German from Germany, and her husband is from Germany and things. I had to beg because we're really out of space for additional people where we go for Mother's Day brunch. But I got them in. My sister's in-laws have a friend visiting from Germany, so we had to add another one. So we have lots of whole German things, man.
Look at Twitch chat.
First set of skins is away.
Sorry, I don't have Twitch chat off.
Skins away.
Oh, very nice.
No. Soth, you need to look at Twitch chat somehow.
Same as putting the burn on.
Wow.
That's good though. That's
good. Miss Naggy Pants, were you talking about Mrs. Erik? I didn't see it when it came up. I think
yes.
It seems like it.
She was talking about Mrs. Erik and
she's
Mrs. Erik being great people to party with.
Mrs. Erik is definitely fun to party with until that one drink too many.
Miss Naggy Pants though loves to go to clubs and then watch other people dance and laugh at them. So I'm not sure I would take that recommendation too horrendously.
No. Miss Naggy Pants, you and Mrs. Erik get along very well. Have fun. Absolutely. If that's the way you are. Absolutely. This is, I don't know if I should say this, but you know what? Yeah. Well, once she gets that drink, you drink. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know if I should say this, but it's kind of funny, so I'm going to say it anyway. And Mrs. Erik isn't here, and she doesn't watch this video anyway, so I can talk about her, right? So as you know, Scythe, that comes on the show every once in a while, we were at his wedding, and Mrs. Erik was there, and she might have had a few adult beverages and been feeling no pain. And we might have had to stop a few times on the way back to the hotel for her to get out of the car and maybe do something or not, right? So really funny. So we're going out to like a bourbon tasting and wild game dinner a couple weeks ago. And I said, "Oh, I see you're wearing those nice shoes that you had at Scythe's wedding." And she goes, "Yeah, I like them. I had to clean a little puke off them. I didn't know was on them." She was a little drunk, a little drunk. I was laughing. She said that really loud at the wild game dinner too, so everybody heard her. It's kind of funny for me, maybe not for you guys.
So, do we want to talk about
more Eve stuff?
More recent Eve stuff, maybe.
More recent Eve stuff.
Which part are we going to get into first? Do we want to talk about
well, we can talk about
pet project, or do we want to talk about Equinox?
I think we should talk about Equinox while people are sort of a little fresh, a little more open to sort of taking information in.
That's a weird way of saying not drunk yet.
But hey, we've also got.
I was being creative.
I'm gonna have more peanuts.
We've also got Oz Eve in Twitch chat, so
Hey,
market speculation aficionado.
He will run rings around us when we talk. If at all we start talking market spec.
This is where Oz is already planning for the Equinox release. Yeah. He's already figuring out what to buy. Why are we talking about Equinox this week?
So there was a little bit more information that was dropped about Equinox. And there was a stream by CCP where they kind of went through certain things, and there were a few kind of answers to some questions and stuff. That I think is going to be very, very. If you don't know about it, might be a bit of a shock. But if you do kind of know, that we might be able to clear up some assumptions. Let's just put it this way, right? So one of the things that a lot of people were wondering was with regards to the how Solve or how the infrastructure hub would actually function, and what fuels it and all that kind of stuff. So basically, the iHub requires power, or actually doesn't require power. It requires these two sort of fuels, the gas and the
workforce,
the
and
reagents. So yeah, the workers and the reagents, and the reagents are those two kind of things that you get from lava planets and I think it's plasma planets, or
that sounds
lava planets and plasma planets. Plasma planets give you something else as well, but what we found out is you can, of the three things that you need for to power services in the iHub, is you have power, you have the reagents, and you have the workforce, right? Of those three things, only two of those things you can move about to different systems. From what we can tell, you can move. You can only move stuff one system, but I think maybe you can move stuff from after that system to the next system. It's just you have to set the routes per system. You can't just go, I want to route this to five or six systems out. That might be something that CCP may change just out of ease of use as such.
I think this is also part of the idea of the new chips that have these specific
yeah.
PI bays, basically, as well, right? So you could load them into a freighter and jump them 4 systems instead of having to make
some of them yes, some of them not. Some of them yes, some of them not. Like the itemized ones, the ones that are commoditized that you can actually put on the market and stuff, like those are the reagents, right? Those are the ones that you'll get an item and then you put that item into your ship and then you move that item to whichever system requires it, right? You know, like that like actual fuel. The thing that isn't commoditized as such, which is just a resource that, you know, can be moved using the system, but doesn't actually get given to you as an item, is the workforce, right? And you can send that around, so long as you have a certain service running, which is like I think that might even be a default service that is always running in an iHub, in these new iHubs anyway. But the 3 things that you require are those: the power, the reagents, and the workforce. The one that you cannot move, and which kind of determines whether a system can hold a lot of different services or has to have a reduced amount of service because it doesn't have enough power to be able to run all of those services, is power. And the only place that you get power from is from the star, the sun of that particular system. And it seems like the amount of power depends on what type of star that is and what size of star that is. Which, there's going to be all sorts of different types of stars in New Eden, right? So that will vary quite a lot in terms of, depending on system to system. And you get that power from putting an iHub down in that system. The only other place that you get power from are plasma planets. So if you have a system that has a bunch of plasma planets, you'll get much more power in that system and much more opportunity to run a lot more services in that system than a system that maybe has a small weak star that doesn't have any plasma planets. So that's going to be the overriding restriction when it comes to this, the whole this whole sort of new Equinox kind of formulation.
This power system specifically, is so much of a right, as it is currently, you can do whatever you want with your systems as long as you have the money to fund the upgrades and build them and install them, that kind of thing, right? It's a function of economics, and if you're a large block, you don't worry about what you can install into an iHub. You install whatever you want, basically, because you have the money to do that. Whereas this new system is going to restrict lower tier systems. And when I say lower tier, I don't necessarily mean that the systems themselves are worse in terms of the TrueSec or the way that sex status is working. It is very limited in terms of the types of planets you have in a system or the number of planets you have in a system. Because if you have a system that has just a sun and has no plasma or storm planet to add power to your central iHub, that system is going to be limited to less upgrades just by dint of the fact that it doesn't have resources. Doesn't have these automatic available bonuses because it doesn't have these types of planets.
Yeah.
So there are going to be potentially some constellations in this new paradigm that are worthless. Or not necessarily worthless, but they are going to be very limited and they are going to be far less prized than those systems that can have the maximum number of pirate detection arrays and the maximum number of ore detection arrays and what have you.
Yeah.
So, you're here going, your power limitation is actually significant in terms of which systems you are going to want to use for PvE versus the PvE thing. versus the PvP defensive function, which the PvP defensive functions are something worth noting in a lot of regions. You know, a lot of capital systems for the nullsec blocks are systems that provide a lot of power projection, but are also very difficult to project into. Yeah. And that's gonna really make a difference under this new paradigm of, well, you want to do your PvP in certain systems. Where are your PvP systems? And how much can you upgrade your PvP systems to do certain things under the SOV system?
So, do you think there's going to be a run for systems with a lot of planets?
I think there might be.
I don't necessarily think there's going to be a run for systems with a lot of planets just outright. Right? Like, I'm not suggesting that there's going to be a run for a system that has 4 barren and 2 temperate planets, for example, and then a couple of others. But do I think that there might be a run, at least outside of the established blocks? I think there might be a run for systems that have, for example, 2 plasma planets and a storm planet.
As 2 storms, 2 gas, 3 lava.
Yeah, exactly, right? Those are going to be very valuable in the new system, even if they're not necessarily valuable for PI right now.
That's literally
we also don't
first system I pulled up from Delph.
So one of the other things is a lot of the data that was represented in various different kind of like visualizations that we've seen aren't supposedly representative, right? Because like a lot of people pointed out like certain systems didn't have, you know, the certain set of planets that apparently appeared. Right.
CCP's video had a specific system, and the planets were not accurate to TQ. So,
exactly, and so people were postulating as to whether we were going to have like a rebalance of different of the different planet types in different systems. That was CCP basically said that wasn't going to happen. Like the planets were going to stay as they are. The data that was used for the visualizations were not representative. They were just a bunch of test data that they used to put data into the relevant areas to showcase the UI and all that kind of stuff. So I would imagine, and that's also obviously another thing that, you know, you can relax about. Like there's not going to be a massive redistribution of planet types. Like the planets are going to stay the same. So you can do your homework as to, you know, what planets might have, what systems might be better and what might be worse. The thing that we don't know, which does kind of hinge a lot of like, you know, the planning aspect of this, is we don't know whether what was seen in terms of like the power requirements, the workforce requirements, and the reagent requirements.
Not something we can ever trust until they hit TQ. Ever.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, we saw a bunch of different services in iHub, and you know what power, reagent, and workforce requirements were for those. We have no idea whether those are actually final, and I very much doubt that they're going to be final, because those are going to be something that are going to require a bit of finessing and a bit of balancing, right? And so you never know. Like maybe the stuff that you require, say a military capital like 1DQ to require, might be a little less than if you were putting together a capital for PVE, right? You know, or a system purely dedicated for PVE, right? So we don't know. So we don't know whether
you never want to be PvP. You never want to be PVEing in your defensive capital anyway, right?
Like, exactly. So
warp times versus bridge times are a significant thing.
So you know, it's one of those things where we don't quite know what will be the requirement, like the minimum viable requirement for the power, for the reagents, for the workforce, for a good like hub, like a network hub for strategic network hub, versus something like a PVE centric hub kind of thing. So it's a little bit up in the air, but you can at least do a little bit of planning at this point in time. One of the other things as well is a lot of people were really concerned about the amount of time that we might need to be able to set this up before, CCP, throws the breakers and does the switch around, right? We're going to have like anything from like 2 to 3 months, I think, or 2 to 4 months, something like that. Yeah, it was said by where is it?
Was it part of the stream?
Sorry, it was on the stream. It was on CCP's stream about it. I don't think it was specifically specifically said to be the exact months, but basically it'll be a period where between the start of Equinox and the start of the next major upgrade or the next major expansion kind of thing. So
I'm going to take a minute to.
They said somewhere around about 3 to 6 months, 3 to 5 to 6 months, something like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to interject here for a hot minute, McLeod, just to take a look at some of the stuff from Twitch chat. First up, Froggy Storm, our good friend Froggy Storm is raiding once again. Hey Froggy, how you doing? Hope you're staying well and really enjoying life at the minute.
Thanks for the raid, buddy.
There was a quick question from Tora Bushido, who suggested that player numbers have been 30 to 40,000 the last few years. I think our peak concurrent user counts for the last couple of years have been like 25 to 33k, roughly, generally. But it's been fairly stable for the last 18 months or so from everything I've seen. Then we had Qua Viper, who asked, has CCP ever told us when we can get back into Singularity as a test server?
Never.
No. CCP are not willing to give us test servers at the minute, and if you have concerns about that, you can talk to CCP upper management, because they seem to think that us being able to test these systems before they go live is a negative issue. Somehow, way, shape, or form. We
said it last week when we were talking about Equinox, that we thought that it was a really bad decision to not be able to test this in a testing environment before it goes live, because fucking all sorts of things can go wrong. Potentially,
I maintain my position.
All sorts of things will go wrong.
Hey, Bard.
And yeah,
hello.
So
I was hoping Dirk was going to take the last couple of bits.
I'm gonna get there. I do want to say a couple of people in Twitch chat did also back you up on the timeline of when the switchover is going to happen, McLeod. Qua Viper and Lyson Gaming. Lyson Gaming, I know you're one of our usual people, and I can't. It is Aria, right? Yes.
It is Aria. Yeah.
So they're backing you up there, and then of course, not McLeod, but Bard Ghost, saying that we started without him when he wasn't here at the start.
As usual, by the way.
So know,
sorry,
what have you got to share with us, Vargas?
The show, much like the beatings.
Also, actually, no. Whoa. Actually, before he gets started here, we should note that we are the top of the hour, and so it potentially is time for our foreskin giveaway.
Is it the foreskin giveaway? I guess it should be the foreskin giveaway.
Yeah, foreskin giveaway.
Remember that we are ending a bit earlier today.
Nope. Yeah. Don't.
If we do the foreskin giveaway here, we've got 4 partner skins to give away, and we'll give them out to 4 lucky winners in Twitch chat. So you win 1 if you win, but there will be 4 winners for this one, and 4 winners for the foreskin giveaway.
sakes.
I fat fingered the enter button. For a second there.
Once McLeod decides to actually get it started.
Yeah. Like, just hold on a fucking second, guys. Hold on a second. Need to set it up.
So,
because I was set up for the next, like, you know, the skin pack giveaway initially.
No.
Yeah, the other one.
We should do that later.
And then you were like, let's do the full skin giveaway. I was like, all right, fair enough.
Like we should do that at the very end, and yeah.
While he does that, I'm just gonna say something.
Oh dear.
Some of my comments last week.
I
think I was right, wasn't I? I think I am vindicated.
I'm not sure
Talking about the Metanops. Arendis and Caleb were absolutely sure this would be a disaster of an implementation.
But we haven't seen anything to moonlining. That's the thing.
We haven't seen anything to say it's not going to be horrendous.
I mean, all we've seen.
I know.
All we've seen are plans, right? We've not seen the execution yet.
Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, me too. It can absolutely still be a disaster. I'm just putting that one out there so that they can have a shot back at me when it's time.
And also, you use this word
plans sound good. Yes.
I don't know if you're vindicated. You're just not disproven.
Fuck.
Yet.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. But I did say last week that who said it was going to be a medium structure using normal timers, right?
I mean, the function of it, as far as I can tell, isn't that it's using medium structure timers either.
It's not. It's effectively a small structure, which is what I was trying to say.
Well, it's a medium
structure. It's not even a small structure in that sense, because CCP don't have small structures implemented properly in the game. But what it is basically a pause.
There we go.
Yeah, that is fair.
It's a passive moon miner that has fallen back on pause mechanics for reinforcement.
Which is really ironic, mind you, given that we were trying to get rid of pauses.
Well, it's a weird amalgamation of it. It's a weird amalgamation of like a bunch of things. Also, the giveaways up, so grab your tickets while you can. But like, it's one of those things where it's not quite a pause kind of mechanics, but it's not quite like, you know, our current mechanics, because it still relies on a reinforcement window, right? So it's not a case of like, you know, hit it when it's you know, and it immediately has a window, and that's that window. Like, if you hit it out of time zone, it's still gonna reinforce in the time zone that the owner kind of wants it to be, as far as I know. Like, with a little bit of play, right? But
that's kind of the same for pause.
No, because the pause is
the
pause is
dependent on stront. Yeah. So when you are not around, you put as much stront in to put it roughly in the time frame you want it in.
You always had the opportunity of kiting it if you and if the people weren't there to manage it, to be able to re-stront it so it comes out in a time zone that's advantageous for the defenders. That's fair enough. But like, there was always that option there for you to do it. This still relies on, you know, the same sort of
time zone tanking,
the same time zone tanks. Yeah, that same kind of mechanics, which is I think is subpar, because I always really liked the stront mechanics, because it allowed like it allowed one group to be able to
direct.
if you were capable, or if you were sort of able to sort of go out of your time zone to reinforce something, then you also force the defenders to be out of their time zone to be able to, you know, defend it. So I always thought that was kind of cool.
And as a defender, right? Like, if it was being attacked, you could drop down the stront if you got there. If you were active and you were available, you could either maximize the stront timer, which I think it was 36 hours for a maximum stront timer.
Or depends on the size of the tower.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a fair point. But like, you could also, if you were savvy and available, you could drop it to like, okay, they're bashing me here in this time zone. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop it down to 10 hours worth of strong when they're all fucking asleep, and then go to work. And you had a very
you had the ability to be able
adjustment.
To...
It was in the moment. It wasn't a guarantee, right? Like as it is currently, every structure, you know the time zone that it's going to come out in within 3 or 4 hours, roughly.
Yeah, because there's always that little kind of variable.
There's no last minute adjustment that's available on the defending side. There's no
there's no kiting in any way, shape, or form
about it. You build a strategy that is a month long, basically, because if you need to change your timer, you change your timer, and then it takes another week to apply, and then blah blah blah, and all the rest of it. Whereas when we had the pause and the stromp mechanics, you could adjust the amount of stront in your tower on the fly, and account for like
you could account to some degree, but the thing is, the
28
really
hours worth
really
of difference.
Yeah, but it had these moments where it locked in your people's like decisions as such. Because if you got under 50%, then you couldn't adjust the strong. So you had to adjust it before it hit 50% shield. Because if
that's not
you
necessarily
hit it afterwards,
it's
not a terrible thing, but it means that you lock in. You're locked in on a decision, right? And then what happens there is it's on the attackers as to whether they want to carry that on to actually reinforce the pos, or whether they wanted to get it down to a certain amount, go away, and then come back later on to try and force that that kiting to get a better timer for themselves. But it also meant that you, as a defender, could potentially come back when they've fucked off, right? And repair the shield past 50% and readjust again. So it gave a lot of possible kind of strategies and tactics that also put people in space in a vulnerable situation, which was added more and more opportunity for fun.
Possible.
I want to point out here that pulse mechanics heavily favored big organizations, right? Because in a big organization, you always have someone around who can change the strand, right? You always have someone around who you can drop in a fax and wrap the shields back up. In small organizations, you not necessarily have that. I think that CCP has the opportunity to bring these options back in, right? I haven't seen any indication that they're going for it yet, but I think they totally could have give the players the chance to disrupt the workforce of an enemy system, right? Or disrupt the energy generation and have that affect the timers in the system.
We were going to be getting onto that as well, because we're specifically talking about the Metanox kind of drill as such, right?
Potentially call the giveaway as well, real quick.
I mean, how long do you think it's been?
It's been roughly 7 minutes.
I mean, I've closed it, and the time elapsed has been 6 minutes and 59 seconds.
Hey, see, I am once again a second off.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't see that and kind of think, maybe it's not going to be 7 minutes. Maybe it's going to be 6 minutes 59 this time.
So, to jump on something quick, with the talk about workforce,
you guys carry on. I'm going to draw a winner. Just carry on.
Draw 4 winners.
Oh,
No, one winner, because one winner's getting the 4 skins, because it's a 4 skin giveaway.
No, 4 winners for... It's 4 skins giveaway, but 4 winners for 1 skin each, right?
Look, I have the skins. I'm in control of the giveaway.
You are in control. I'm just like, I thought that was how we were doing it, and you...
McLeod is pulling his...
No, because I'm not... This stream is not going to be entirely just giveaways and that's it. Because like I do want to actually talk about shit.
McLeod is pulling his "I'm the captain now" thing.
Yes, exactly. That is the case. Like in terms of the giveaways, I am the fucking captain on this particular ship.
Thanks for stealing my joke, Derek.
Never mind.
You're very welcome.
No one pays attention when I say it, but you repeat it.
Hey, look! If you turn up on time, maybe you'll get paid attention to.
Fair.
That's pretty rich coming from Doug.
I mean, that is, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Prim,
right,
if you are Prim Jana, if you're in chat, then speak up so I can give you the skins. If not, then I have to re-roll. Simple as that. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
Yes. So I was actually quite disappointed reading the article about one thing. And this ties into what Soft was just saying about potential ways to disrupt with power and workforce. I honestly thought and hoped that reactants were going to be a maintenance fuel, not just an onlining fuel. Because it seems so entirely pointless to use them once.
Yeah, they're going to pile up.
Yeah, right. But then people will stop harvesting them if they pile up. Make it a maintenance fuel, and then you add some difficulty to the system. That means we all have to harvest them and keep supplying them to the Alliance to have a bunch of space.
I thought it was maintenance, but I probably misread it.
I think the power is.
Okay.
But the reactants were like an onlining cost. I can't quite remember what the workforce was. I think it was 2 of them were one thing and 1 was the other.
Well, I mean, we can always count on CSP to make things complicated, so there's that. So we will see. I mean, I'm not gonna be, making any huge conclusions about any of this until the actual, literal devlog with the actual mechanics as released turns up. That's when I kind of lock in what I think about all this stuff that they're doing.
That's fair, because, yeah, there's
been a history of them changing their minds, very, very late on.
Yeah. I mean, even if just airing this now.
If they do that based on feedback, then that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Obviously, it can be, yeah.
We've had instances where we had big changes and everyone agreed that there should be certain aspects changed about those changes. Like Fuzzy Soft, for example, as we talked about it earlier. And CCP just waited on that feedback for a year.
Have you seen my Fuzzy Soft JPEG picture?
No.
I'm sure I've shown you this before. It's an HP keyboard that I basically broke over my knee after Jen Eve and his merry band of friends they did soul harassment in Pure Blind for months. I was so fucking mad at the end.
I will say, Zoth, as much as CCP sometimes have heard the feedback, taken a while to process it, but heard it, there are also the points where CCP just done fucked it up and then went, no, we made the change, we're happy with it.
Yeah, it's fine. Nothing's wrong with it.
Also, Rockwall changes. For example.
I mean, they definitely heard that feedback, because I was there when we gave that feedback.
And then they did nothing about it forever. So,
I still remember the quote from a certain CCPer who told us to our faces, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
And we did see.
Yes,
that was a great one. We told them exactly what would happen, and then they went, yeah, we'll see. And 2 years later, hey, what did we say was going to happen? Hey, turns out it happened.
I mean, the only reason why we aren't so mad about it is because we love being smug.
And also, there's a note that there is a certain level of just general self-confidence and belief in the fact that, hey, you will be proven right at some point, that is required to last 10 years trying to have a conversation with CCP.
I thought it was just the weekly alcohol near poisonings that did it.
I mean, that doesn't hurt, but there is a significant level of just sheer bloody mindedness that comes to mind in all of this. Yes, CCP, I will spend many years telling you you're wrong, and then when you realize you're wrong, I will laugh about it live on stream.
By the way, it is 38 minutes to Eurovision.
Eric keeping us on track with 38 minutes to Eurovision. I'm not even sure that Eurovision is happening anymore with some of the debacle that's going on. I will note that our drinking tally for the pre-show is up to 13 drinks at this point.
Fuck, really?
Oh god,
glass is empty.
Oh my god!
Is that because Marana pushed us up? Is that what happened there?
No.
Considered politics in that conversation.
It's a variety of different issues.
You just got overcome by events, basically.
It's because Eurovision is melting down. Pretty much.
I think we should talk about something a lot happier. So,
yes.
How about we talk about Hilma's pet project?
Oh dear Lord!
Jesus!
Oh, the pet project.
You mean the thing that stuff was sold in, right? And somebody ran the numbers.
I mean, I was going on. I have no idea.
I just do the segues.
You bastard!
I mean, it sounds like it really sounds like Barguest has opinions on this shit. So, what's going on here, Barguest? What's the story with Hilmar's pet project?
It's another fucking crypto scam, is what it is.
Why? I mean, but people have said that previously. Why is it like, suddenly an issue? Suddenly a thing now? Like
it legit is. Because we've seen, I don't know where he got them from. Is the question? I think it was the investor reports. They sold what was it? 27.5 million of a token last year, and sold 12.5 million of a token the year before, which perfectly matches the 40 million investment from. Is it A16?
Yeah, I'm not an amazing
number.
I'm not like an absolute whiz kid at maths, but like that does seem to add up to 40 million.
Yeah, so
those two numbers.
I mean, on one hand, I feel a little more confident that A16Z aren't pulling some bullshit internally at CCP because they've just bought the tokens more than anything. But that doesn't fill me with hope that when the game finally releases and on day one A16Z won't pull their normal shit and dump the tokens. Because that's what they've done before.
Well, you know what they're going to do, right?
Dump the tokens?
Indeed.
Yeah. Like
now, not wanting to say that, you know, A7X has done this before, but have A7X done this before?
Yes.
Weird.
Yeah.
I would have thought somebody may have, you know, may have like gone and done due diligence and made sure that wasn't the case.
Oh, you have a lot of faith here.
Well, I mean, I don't, to be completely honest, because I'm fairly certain that we said this previously as well. They're like, they've done shady shit and they've left the partners that they were working with to pick up the fucking destroyed wreckage of their company at the end of it while they walked away. So,
Commander Starscream, when was their last rug pull? Last year? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the website, but there was basically a name of a website that was just focused on the shit that they pull.
Who knows? But hey, Hilmar wants to walk that particular tightrope, and he's asking people to, come and enjoy that tightrope walk with him. It's up to you if you want.
Yep.
Do you mind if I just
wouldn't.
stand over here with lots of drinks and just watch the fireworks?
Allow me a moment to pop some popcorn.
Yeah, I'll bring the beer.
Nice.
I knew I should have bought that fucking popcorn machine before I started watching this Eurovision shit. By the way,
I mean, for your first year watching Eurovision
awesome.
with us, Eric, you could have the last few years have gone a lot more smoothly. Let's put it that way.
No, but I don't know who's editing the drink sheet, right, and all the drinks that are out. But just reading that is fucking hilarious. Okay,
I mean that's me so far. That's just me.
I figured they sounded like your words when I read them in my brain, right?
Oh wow! So this is the first time that I've ever heard Eric go. I read something and I heard it in your voice.
You know when you read something and you're like, yeah, I think their voice. But and so can I read one as an example, like the last one, because the last two are the same, right? Can I read just the words? One. Yeah, the last one for our viewers. The last one is
fine for Twitch. There's a couple of us that are not fine for Twitch, but the last one.
By the way, that's the one who as I read it in my brain, I heard Dirk's voice, right? So it was about Finland, and we owe one drink, and the reason is their points award or quit over this shit. And I just heard Dirk's voice. I'm like, it's got to be Dirk. So, and I'm just like reading other ones, like, yeah, I'm just like laughing.
It is.
This is by the way, more fun than I thought it would be already. Just so you know. So.
And the night is only barely started. This is going to go so wrong.
It's holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! 2 more drinks coming our way. What's going to be next?
Oh my!
Oh my god!
Do we want to just shut this early and go and do those drinks now?
I mean, right. So here's the thing. We are half past the hour. It is probably about time for our last giveaway. Yeah, we were already set to be finishing up slightly earlier than we do normally, because basically everyone here is going to go and drink and watch Eurovision, and Eurovision starts at 1900 UTC, which is technically officially the end of the show. So we need a couple minutes to prepare and make drinks and what have you.
Catch up with the drinks.
Catch up with the drinks.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
We might as well start that third giveaway, which is now, basically.
But this is, I think, the biggest giveaway of the night, right, McLeod?
I don't think it's the biggest giveaway. It's the second can of skins. So it's
there's a Vindicator RVB skin in there. There's a Raven Deathglow. There's a Kizrael.
Hang on. Yeah. So there's a Astero Deathglow skin, an Avatar Deathglow skin, a Dominic Skelnet skin, a Drake Chromodynamian skin, a Gillett Deathglow skin, a Kizreal Lemonade skin, an Oracle Lava Core skin, a Raven Deathglow skin, and a Vindicator Versus skin in there. So, yes. Anyway, one other thing that I didn't get to say about the new Equinox stuff that we found out. This is a big one, right?
Whoa, big one.
No more ADMs.
Oh, yes. Which is interesting.
Which is weird, because I'm there thinking to myself, like, well, if there's no ADMs, then this system isn't really truly kind of set up to like fully integrate with what we have right now in terms of Aegis Solve, right? Because it's kind of implied with Aegis Solve that we have ADMs, because and so it's like, how does that work?
Yeah,
but we haven't been given really any information about it. Yeah, so it's
ADMs are a multiplier on the hack time.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so it means that hack times are either not going to be a thing, or they're going to be basically default all the way through.
They'll be base level,
or they're going to be based on something else.
I guess yes.
So it might be based on something else, but we don't know what else that is. So we don't know what that else is.
Thing is, if they go to base level, I think that would be an honest improvement to Aegis Solve that might make it not so cancerous to the game.
Calm down.
I said not so, right? But if that goes to default hack times of, what is it, half an hour or something like that? If even that. Yeah, fine. That's...
Well, I mean, that depends on whether that's
an unreasonable... Yeah, that's not an unreasonable fight, because then if you're doing one cycle per node when you do the wider fight, you're not going to be spending 6 to 10 hours doing a fucking Sovwanding fight. You'll spend an hour at most.
Oh, sounds like a relief.
Yeah. I do believe that was said. There was also a confirmation that from Swift in chat on the stream that they did, that the Metanox moon drill will cease harvesting when it gets reinforced. So you guys wanted to, if you were interested, if you're intrigued about that, that is definitely as well the thing.
That's how passive mining worked as well, as I recall.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. Crazy shit. Like,
See, Aria and a couple of us are saying that it's not that they're going away, it's just that upgrades no longer have an ADM requirement. See, I'm pretty sure I read something else that was also that ADMs just weren't going to be a thing now.
Yeah, my understanding as well was that ADMs were not going away, because obviously this is a staggered transition according to CCP. Not that we get to test things, because why would we get to test things anywhere ever? Because testing things just allows us to, figure out the most optimal way to... No. Testing things is how we optimize, and we break their thing before it's even implemented. According to CCP,
it's so ludicrous, that ideology as well. It's because it's kind of like
there's no idea of like
we can't launch this with people knowing how it kind of works, because they need time. People need time to be able to figure that out. Like, it has to be a surprise.
Guys,
even though that happened, even though we figure that shit out so fucking fast anyway, that it makes basically no point.
You're missing on how ludicrous this actually is. They are saying we can't have it that people actually figure out what's broken with this.
Yes, that is literally their argument, right? Like, they want it to be a surprise. They want people to figure it out as it comes. They don't necessarily want feedback on the systems that they're building, even though they know that we will throw fucking like even on the test server, Goon Swarm alone will throw at least 100, if not closer to 300 people at the system dedicated to figuring out how it works, how it doesn't, how it breaks.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't want to hear how it breaks. They don't want to hear how it works, how it doesn't, what could change for the better. They don't want to hear it because they want us all to explore this as a new opportunity.
I want to point out the last time CCP did something like this that I was a part of, which was the Blood Raid Assateers. You want to take a guess how long it took Rendis and me. We are not talking about a whole team. We are talking about 2 people. How long it took Rendis and me to figure out a way to kill these in subcaps.
Yeah.
It was about an hour, including making the fits.
I mean, fit making doesn't take long for Horrendous.
I mean, fit making doesn't take long for anybody who has any idea what they're doing with
Python. No. We didn't figure out, hey, this is how it... we didn't know, hey, this is how it works. We need this for it. We knew nothing about it, right? We figured out how they work and how to break that within an hour.
It's really not... Futility 101 saying, alternatively, years later, I still have not figured out how to kill them at all. Yeah, Futility, that's because when Soth says that they did this thing where they didn't give us any real details ahead of time, we did have some test server stuff, but, like, you know, when you sat down and did the maths, it was fine. How you kill them nowadays is supers, because... You know, that was the way CCP adjusted them after we spent a bunch of time breaking them and proving to them that their design principles were flawed. Flawed as fuck. But they never actually went, oh yeah, the design principles are flawed. They just went, the difficulty is wrong.
The old system still works, right? You can still absolutely use a Macarial or I think was Apocalypse that we used?
Navy. APOC navies, yeah, it was APOC navies.
No, it was APOCs.
No,
simple APOCs. Cheapest thing we could get. You can still use those to tank because, fun fact, they have an acrometer, like you know it from World of Warcraft, right? That's how they work. Similar to how incursions work, actually. They probably took the code from incursions and were like, oh, we're just going to plap this on these new NPCs and call it a day.
So I'm going to just jump in and address something, because Jonas, where was it? Yeah, Jonas, you said that's bad, no ADM for requirements means everything is immediately upgradable to max for everything. Yes and no. It sounds like it's going to be gated behind collecting these materials. Which, yeah, it'll speed it up, but...
Which means,
you don't have to spend 30 days waiting.
If we're talking about the reagents, then you have to wait 30 days for the first ones to upgrade. But once you have a stack of them...
You can move the reagents around, you can make changes in various systems as much as you want.
One caveat, though. You say you have to wait for the first 30 days, but you don't.
I mean,
you could just buy
PI.
These off of Jita.
Well, no, because they have to be produced before they can be sold.
Yeah. But that's what I mean. For the first 30 days of the release, sure. But once that's gone, these aren't needed for a maintenance upkeep, so they will start hitting Jita eventually, right?
McLeod, I'm calling the giveaway at this point around the 10-minute mark.
You want to call the giveaway? Okay, so you're certain that it's around about 10 minutes. Did you?
When I said it was around 10 minutes, but it's now over 10 minutes.
So it definitely couldn't have been 6 minutes and 59 seconds.
You did. No. We gave it more than 10 minutes here for the final giveaway of the
night.
Are
you sure it's not 6 minutes and 59 seconds?
I'm very sure. I think it's probably actually around 10 minutes 20 seconds or so. Somewhere plus or minus 5 seconds on that.
You're slipping so bad.
I swear to God, click that goddamn button.
He has. He's clicked it ages ago.
Like I say, it's going to be
10 minutes and 9 seconds, so don't worry about it.
I was out. I was out by more.
I was hoping to sort of bait you into saying maybe it's 7 minutes or 6 minutes. Fuck it.
No. See, I was watching the stream and went, all right, we're getting towards 10 minutes. Let's poke McLeod and.
That's true.
Chevron 7 Gaming.
I was trying to.
If you are in chat, say something in chat so I know that you are here. Anyway, yes.
I was trying to get you to kind of do it quickly so that I would be potentially a second out again. But no, you were delayed because you were doing other things.
No, he intentionally
I've been doing
that.
a few things. Yes.
Also, I am going to say it is currently 18 minutes to 8 here in the UK, 18 minutes to 7 Eve time.
Mm-hmm.
And we have places to be today, which is not normal for most of us. Normally our Saturday nights are quite chill and relaxed. But we do have places to be tonight, so it's potentially time to start talking about one last things.
Oh yeah, I'll be right back.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good point. All right, well, one last things. Who wants to one last thing it first? Considering that, Erik had to quickly step away.
I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
I'm tempted to use my my speaker. I just want to make sure it's charged before we start. It's a fast charge.
Right. I'll jump in on my one last thing because my one last thing is going to be to quote Mito in Twitch chat, who is telling us to stop flapping the gums and get done.
By the way, I'm going to make one last thing.
Okay.
I am going to make my one last thing. Bartgo's one last thing. So, what's the status on that Macarial?
I've actually got it behind me. I've reprinted it in full. I'm just doing those resin bits still. Because fuck my life.
This is a 3D printed Macarial. For viewers who haven't understood the saga, this is a 3D printed Macarial that Barghest has been making for Sother Soul for about 15 months now.
No.
It's like 6, come on.
I mean, it's a bit more than 6.
It's been a lot longer than
it's about 8, dude. It's about 8 or 9.
All right.
And to be fair, we made it together.
Yeah, we did have to fuss about with it, and then I printed it, and shit's gone wrong. So I'm reprinting it, and I'm just going to send it to you as the parts without primer on it, if that's fine.
That's fine, yes.
I'm sure he knows what to do with it.
Well, it's soft.
So
I question that, Mac.
Wow.
He knows how to use Google. He has access to YouTube to figure it out.
Right.
So it's fine. Anyway, Chevron 7 Gaming doesn't seem to be active or awake, so we are redrawing.
This is when it comes out with someone else and Chevron reappears.
Well, it's already done.
Bad luck. You are in chat.
Rigged.
I have no idea how to actually pronounce your name.
You could just add them, right?
Sorry?
You could just add them in chat.
I mean, the win message.
By the way, I am very happy that I was told. This is my one last thing. That I have the most Eurovision appropriate bottle of alcohol.
Oh, that now does look cool.
Yes, but there's way too much vodka in that bottle.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm starting to drink when we leave the show.
Oh right, yeah, you're lagging behind. I keep forgetting.
I gotta. Okay.
I know you called it. I know you called it. Like, and that's fucking hilarious.
Wibbler.
But if
I have enough trouble running the fucking show sober.
Chevron, if you stay in chat and don't fuck off, and this other guy that doesn't actually type in chat, then I will be giving the skins to you.
Dear Lord,
because you were the original winner.
Oh, they're both here.
Are they both here?
Fucking
oh,
shit show.
Okay. No, that's fair, but we did give you a fair amount of time, Chevron. So, fucking hell.
I'm gonna catch up, me too. Don't worry.
God.
What a fucking shit show.
Oh boy.
It fits perfectly with the night because we
don't
know if what we're going off to watch is going to happen either.
Yeah,
that's true. It's gonna be a mess.
Also, crazy dude. Hey. You need to be able to accept whispers from strangers. So you can send me either that or give me your in-game character name that I can send these skins to in chat, like one or the other, like. So we can get this done, so we can go and watch Eurovision.
So we're on voice, right? Doing this Eurovision stuff. Right?
Yes, posters, right? JJ Gobman says this is typical goons. I would like
when
to.
Is the Eurovision
whoa!
It's the only reason I've been watching the stream this whole time.
Right. Right. Fucking cat.
Okay, cool.
Catch up. It's happening in about fucking 10 minutes as it happens. And also, I would like to point out that with the Anger Games, the goons who run it get prizes to people faster and more securely than CCP do. So,
you say that, but without actually giving information, like that is actually quite literally true at this point in time today.
I also want to point out that it was literally the biggest player-run tournament in EVE Online ever.
Yes, we have made history with that one. Yeah,
entirely organized on spreadsheets
by goons.
My head hurts now. Thank you.
By the way, question for Scythe. Scythe, you and the new little woman coming to Bad Posters and watching Eurovision on Peacock with us?
I don't know what Bad Posters is, but I can show up.
We're gonna get you. We're gonna get you there.
Go to the You have access to the INN Discord, right?
No, I used to. I quit that crap because it would bug me every day, and I don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah, we're gonna get you there. It's fine.
I can figure it out. I still have access to the forums.
There you go.
There we go.
But no, I gotta go pick up some wings. I did yard work and going, I'll listen to the podcast. They were talking about Eurovision.
People will deliver them to you. People will. It's on Peacock streaming. So go.
Yeah, you need that.
I got it, but
take that friend invite, and then I'll send you an invite to the server real quick, and then we'll get you in Bad Posters real quick without having to pick up the rest of it.
So send me that invite because the wings literally is texting me they're ready. I need to go get food.
I've literally just sent you the invite.
People will fucking deliver wings to you. You know that, right?
Yeah, but they charge like $15 more, and it's like a 4-minute drive.
God, you just sold your house for like $1 million.
I'm getting sued.
You bitch.
I'm being sued right now. I'm not spending money on shit if I can help it.
All right,
we gotta talk. All right, later. All right, everybody. 10 minutes of Eurovision.
Okay. One last thing, right?
Thank you, everybody, for watching another edition of Push to Talk. And we are... You know what? I got to bring the fucking control mechanism up. Good thing I'm not drunk. We're out of here, folks. Later.
See you all next time.